Have you ever tried starting the keto diet only to give up because it felt way too complicated? Counting grams, tracking macros, cutting everything at once? That's how most people begin and why most people quit. But the problem isn't you. It's how they taught you to start. At first, I also thought I had to do everything perfectly. But things only started working when I simplified my approach. Fewer rules, more results, everything got lighter, including the stubborn belly that had been bothering me for years. In this video, you'll learn how to start keto the right way, with practical, realistic changes that make a huge difference. No number obsession, no crazy diets. Just 5 proven steps that actually work for people who live this lifestyle. By the way, I have an exclusive guide we developed especially for you, with simple steps to help transform your body through health. And a heads up, it's currently available with a special condition that may be gone soon. Let's dive in. My first tip might surprise you. It's not about fat, it's not about protein, it's about salad. I want you to start eating a massive amount of salad every single day. I'm talking a minimum of 7 cups, and honestly 10 cups would be even better. This isn't just a suggestion, it's a foundational part of doing the ketogenic diet correctly, what I call the healthy version of keto. Most people think keto is just bacon and butter, but that's a huge mistake that can lead to nutrient deficiencies. Why so much salad? First, leafy greens like kale, spinach, romaine, and arugula are packed with potassium and magnesium. These are crucial electrolytes that most people are deficient in, and this deficiency becomes even more apparent when you start keto. Headaches, fatigue, muscle cramps, the so-called keto flu, are often just symptoms of an electrolyte imbalance. Getting these minerals from whole food sources is far superior to just relying on supplements alone. Second, starting your meal with a large salad is a brilliant strategy for portion control, especially with protein. If you sit down and eat your steak or chicken first, you're much more likely to overeat it. Too much protein can actually spike your insulin, not as much as carbs, but enough to slow down or even stop ketosis. By filling up on the salad first, you naturally feel more satisfied, and are less likely to consume an excessive amount of protein. The fiber in these vegetables is also incredibly important. It feeds your gut microbiome, the friendly bacteria in your digestive system. A healthy gut is essential for overall health, nutrient absorption, and even mood regulation. Many people on a poorly formulated keto diet complain about constipation, and a lack of vegetable fiber is almost always the culprit. So, you're not just getting vitamins and minerals, you're supporting your entire digestive ecosystem. Think of the salad as the vehicle for your healthy fats. Drizzle it with extra virgin olive oil, add some avocado, maybe some olives or nuts. This turns your salad from a simple side dish into a nutrient-dense, fat-burning meal component. It helps you hit your fat macros while simultaneously providing the micronutrients your body is craving. It's a win-win situation for your health and your weight loss goals. Let's talk about the types of greens. Variety is key. Don't just stick to iceberg lettuce, which is mostly water. Go for the dark leafy greens. Arugula has a nice peppery flavor. Spinach is loaded with iron and magnesium. Kale is a powerhouse of vitamins K and C. Mixing them up ensures you get a wide spectrum of phytonutrients, which are plant compounds that have powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. Another crucial point is the dressing. You must avoid store-bought dressings that are loaded with sugar, soybean oil, or other inflammatory seed oils. These will completely sabotage your efforts. Make your own simple vinaigrette with extra virgin olive oil, apple cider vinegar, and some herbs. It's easy, it's cheap, and it's infinitely healthier. This small change makes a massive difference in keeping inflammation low. So the practical application is this. Before you even think about your protein source, prepare a huge bowl of salad. I mean a bowl so big you almost think it's too much. Eat that first. Take your time. Chew it well. This simple act of resequencing your meal will have a profound effect on your satiety, your nutrient intake, and your ability to stay in deep ketosis. Many people are concerned about the small number of net carbs in these vegetables. Please do not worry about that. The fiber content is high, and the overall impact on your blood sugar and insulin is negligible, if not beneficial. The benefits of the potassium, magnesium, vitamins, and phytonutrients far outweigh the tiny amount of carbohydrates you're consuming. You will not get kicked out of ketosis by eating a large salad. In summary, don't underestimate the power of vegetables on a ketogenic diet. They are not optional, they are essential. Making a large salad the cornerstone of your main meals is one of the most effective strategies for ensuring you're doing a healthy, sustainable, and effective ketogenic plan that melts away belly fat while simultaneously building incredible health. The second tip is all about the type of protein you choose. On a ketogenic diet, not all proteins are created equal. The goal is to keep insulin as low as possible, and while protein does stimulate some insulin release, the amount varies depending on the type. You want to actively choose protein sources that come with their own fat. Think about how our ancestors would have eaten. They would have consumed the whole animal, fat and all. Avoid the lean, low-fat protein sources that have been promoted for decades in low-fat diets. Things like skinless chicken breast, extra lean ground beef, and especially whey protein isolate powders are not your friends on keto. These lean proteins can cause a significant insulin spike, which is exactly what we're trying to avoid. That insulin spike can halt fat burning and kick you right out of ketosis, stalling your progress. Instead, I want you to embrace the fat. Choose the ribeye steak over the sirloin. Eat the chicken thigh with the skin on, don't throw it away. The skin is a great source of healthy fat and collagen. Opt for fatty fish like salmon, sardines, or mackerel, which are not only high in fat but are also packed with anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. Ground beef with a higher fat percentage like 75-25 or 80-20 is a much better choice than 93-7. The reason this works is twofold. First, the fat that accompanies the protein has a blunting effect on the insulin response. Fat has a near zero impact on insulin. When you consume protein and fat together in their natural state, the overall insulin spike is much lower than if you consume the protein in isolation. This keeps you in that optimal fat-burning state. Second, the fat provides satiety. It helps you feel full and satisfied for a much longer period. If you eat a lean chicken breast, you might feel hungry again in an hour or two. But if you eat a fatty chicken thigh with the skin, you'll likely feel satisfied for many hours. This is incredibly helpful for reducing cravings, and making it easier to transition into intermittent fasting, which we'll talk about later. Let's consider eggs, a perfect keto food. Don't just eat the egg whites in an omelet. The yolk is where all the nutrition is. It contains the fat, vitamins A, D, E, K, choline, and biotin. The yolk is the most nutritious part of the egg. Nature packaged the protein in the white with the fat and nutrients in the yolk for a reason. We should consume them together. Another example is pork. Look for fatty cuts like pork belly or pork shoulder. These are delicious, satisfying, and perfectly suited for a ketogenic diet. Compare that to a lean pork loin, which can be dry and much more insulinogenic. It's about shifting your mindset from fearing fat to seeking it out in its natural whole food form. A special warning about protein powders, especially whey protein isolate. This is a highly processed, fast-digesting protein that can spike insulin almost as much as sugar can for some people. It's one of the most insulinogenic proteins out there. If you're using protein shakes and wondering why you're not losing weight or getting into deep ketosis, this could be the hidden culprit. If you must use a protein powder, a collagen protein or a keto-specific blend with added MCT oil would be a far better choice. So, when you go to the grocery store, start looking at the meat and fish through a new lens. Don't look for the 95% lean sticker as a sign of health. Look for the marbling in the steak, look for the salmon with the beautiful lines of fat. Choose the ground beef that has a richer, deeper red color because of its fat content. You are retraining your brain to see fat as fuel and as a key to hormonal balance. By consistently choosing these naturally fatty protein sources, you'll keep your insulin levels low and stable, enhance your satiety, reduce your cravings, and provide your body with the building blocks it needs in a way that fully supports a deep ketogenic state. This is a critical adjustment that separates those who struggle with keto from those who thrive on it and see incredible results in burning belly fat. My third tip is to consciously increase your healthy fat intake, particularly when you are first starting the ketogenic diet. This might feel counterintuitive. You want to burn body fat, so why would you eat more dietary fat? It's a crucial part of the adaptation phase. Your body has been running on sugar or glucose for years, maybe even decades. We need to teach it, and teach it efficiently, how to become good at using fat for fuel instead. When you start keto, you're taking away the body's primary fuel source, carbohydrates. This can be a shock to the system. By providing plenty of dietary fat, you're giving your body an abundant, alternative fuel source to start using right away. This makes the transition smoother and helps to minimize the symptoms of the so-called keto flu, like fatigue, brain fog, and irritability. You're essentially bridging the gap while your cellular machinery adapts. Adding more fat is also the key to satiety and killing cravings. Fat is the most satiating macronutrient. It triggers hormones in your gut that tell your brain you're full. If you're doing a low-carb, low-fat version of keto, you will be hungry, you will have cravings, and you will likely fail. You'll feel like you're starving, and it won't be sustainable. Adding fat is what makes keto feel effortless for many people. Think about it this way. In the beginning, don't even worry about calories. Just focus on keeping your carbs under 20 to 25 grams per day, and eating enough fat to feel completely satisfied after your meals. This is not the time for calorie restriction. The goal is hormonal change first. The calorie deficit will often happen naturally later on without you even trying because your appetite will be so well controlled. What kind of fats should you add? We're talking about healthy, stable fats. Extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, and MCT oil are excellent choices. You can add butter or ghee to your vegetables, put heavy cream in your coffee, and snack on high-fat foods like macadamia nuts, pecans, or olives. Adding a whole avocado to your meal is a fantastic way to boost both fat and potassium. MCT oil is a particularly useful tool in the beginning. MCT stands for medium-chain triglycerides. These fats are unique because they don't need to be processed by the liver in the same way as other fats. They are rapidly converted into ketones, providing a quick source of energy for your brain and body. A tablespoon of MCT oil can give you a noticeable boost in energy and mental clarity, which is incredibly helpful during that initial adaptation period. Let me give you a practical example. Let's say you have your big salad and your fatty piece of salmon. You might still feel like you could eat more. Instead of having more protein, add more fat. Drizzle more olive oil on your salad, add a big dollop of butter on top of your salmon. Have a handful of macadamia nuts. This sends a powerful signal of satiety to your brain and keeps your insulin rock bottom. This strategy of fat loading at the beginning also prepares you for the next powerful step, which is intermittent fasting. If you're constantly feeling full and satisfied from your high-fat meals, it becomes incredibly easy to go longer and longer between them. You simply won't be hungry. You'll eat your dinner and feel so satisfied that the thought of breakfast the next morning won't even cross your mind. Many people who come to me have been conditioned by the low-fat dogma for their entire lives. They are literally afraid of fat. They trim every last bit of fat off their steak and buy low-fat everything. You have to consciously work to reverse this programming. Remind yourself that on keto, fat is not the enemy. Sugar and carbs are the enemy. Fat is your new fuel source and your friend. So to be clear, this emphasis on adding extra fat is most critical in the first few weeks of starting keto. As your body becomes fat adapted and more efficient at burning its own body fat for fuel, you may find you can naturally reduce your dietary fat intake a bit because your body will be happily consuming its own stores. But in the beginning, be generous with the healthy fats. It's the key to a smooth, successful, and sustainable transition.